Welcome and welcome to All In, All United. Nico, we on the inside. We
Yeah.
feasting nice. We feasting nice tonight. You know, we had a
Mhm.
we it kind of come down, so we had a little bit of a scare at the end, but it was good to see that the fellas was able to see it out because last season, the same fixture, we went down, we came back, we took the lead, and then we surrendered the 3 points at the
Mhm.
death. So I was wondering if it had some kind of deja vu thing taking place here today. Especially when you consider how well we played, for large portions of the game. We really dictated the football. We saw some nice interplays with Pogba and Bruno, Martial, Greenwood, Rashford. Some nice football today, and then to come and concede that lead goal would have really, really hurt Nico. But we were able to see the 3 points. Before you say anything, these are the
Mhm.
kind of situations when you look at all the results that were happening around us last season before, you could have predicted we was gonna drop points today, Nico. You know? But
Yeah. I think today, at the end of the day, it was to me a deserving victory. But again, today we went behind. For the umpteenth time away. I think we took real long to get started. I think after 25 minutes, we started to get started into the game, which I find, and even when we went behind, we didn't have a reaction, which I find that other teams, let's see that when let me say we scored them, you see them pressing us, it's a reaction from them now. Our family doesn't get that from us, after we went behind with the error from Henderson. I thought you'd have seen a reaction, and for almost 20 minutes, we didn't get a reaction, which I was disappointed with. But I think after that, when we started to play, which around the 20th, 25th minute, um, I think we started to see the best of us. Yeah, Richard,
yeah,
I agree. I agree. It was an honest mistake by the goalkeeper, and definitely I won't judge him on that mistake. Um, but the save that he made at the end of the game, that is the that is why I would judge him at, and that is his standard. That for me, right, Reams might see that a bit different, but that is standard for me. That for United keeper, that you could be have nothing to do for 90 minutes, but for the 91st and the second minute you call up and you build the team. And I think Henderson would have redeemed himself with that save. Yes, Mr. Edu. Chelsea what? Chelsea lost or Chelsea draw? Right? Chelsea draw?
I
Right?
think
So
Chelsea dropped points. I think they lost.
right now we're on top of Chelsea, right?
Yeah, we on top of Chelsea.
Yeah, Mr. Edu. So right now we're on top of Chelsea. So you know what I mean? But thanks for coming in. Thanks for the interest in all United.
Yeah. And Mr. Edu, if you want to like the video too, we gotta appreciate it. You know,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, for sure.
I have a little thing, right? Because you talk about it and you was quite right. The way we start games and like we don't learn. I don't know why we always have to go behind before we actually start to
Mhm.
play football. It's not like, and even Ollie said it in the post match. The coaches would have gone through what they needed to
Mhm.
do to prep the players for the game. Marcus Rashford and all said it in the post match. They knew exactly how Sheffield were going to come out at them. So nothing that they experienced today was new to them, Nico. But
Right.
yet they responded as though they were shocked into a certain kind of reality. Wait now, this is what Sheffield gonna do.
Mm.
You were prepped for it. You
Yeah.
knew exactly what was coming, but yet you didn't respond to how they were going to play. And I can't, for the life of me, I could never understand why our players, this always starts so slow. We lock go around in the Nico.
Yeah, and it's a recurring theme. Myself and Fire Marshal was talking during the game, and he alluded to that maybe is the warm up, maybe the intensity of the warm up is not good enough. He was also talking that he heard the commentators talking about Sheffield warm up and United warm up. It was two different warm ups. And you saw the difference on the field now. So I guess again, we don't want to say that, all the coaching staff didn't want to do in terms of warm up, but for us and for us looking on, it too regular that we start so slowly in games. And the only time we really wake up is after going behind. And today, for some reason, I thought like he wasn't gonna wake up at all.
Hmm.
So I guess eventually we woke up, and from what I am seeing, that we are definitely a better second half team than our first half team.
Yeah. Um, Arvin on the inside, welcome, buddy. He's saying that was Maguire's fault. Put the man under pressure. And nah, I can't agree with you, Arvin. As a goalkeeper playing at this level, you had enough time to clear the ball out.
Yeah, I
I
guess he
think
had
this
enough time.
Yeah, I think this. I think Dean Henderson had to own his mistakes. He had to own it. It was a mistake. I can't, I can't say, well, Maguire shouldn't have passed the ball back there, or this one should have do that, or that one should have do that. This is a mistake Dean Henderson had to own, and learn from.
Yeah.
Um,
We saw the hair did it against Everton last season when he go to clear the ball and he cleared against the goalkeeper and it went the defender went straight back into the goal. So again, that is why I wouldn't judge Dean Henderson on that era. Because the hair have been our number one for how long, and he does always make them kind of
No, no, no,
mistakes.
no, 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 no. Let me don't go. No, no, no. Hear what I'm saying, right? But before I reply to that, let me just get Junior Cumberbatch on the inside. Welcome, buddy. There's an Arsenal fan earlier, so let's go see.
Well, definitely converted. If he said nice 3 points, and he gotta be a red by now.
But when you say that, you can't remember how that feels again.
Well, all I do is cross the divide. Cross the divide, and you know how it feels. Because you're looking like Arsenal gonna know how that feeling anytime soon.
Nah, he's a gonna do or die, yes. He's a gonna to heart. Richard saying if we play with the same intensity throughout the game, we would win all games 3 and up. It's true. I don't know why we just take so long to settle earlier. Oh God. Concerning this Dean Henderson thing, now people, let me remember, and I will go back to the last review we had, Nick, when we had this discussion about Dean Henderson and De Gea.
Right.
Everybody clamoring, time for Dean Henderson. He ain't gonna make mistakes that David De Gea making. This and that and the other. And I'm not saying that Dean Henderson is not a good goalkeeper, but I was saying is the pressures of keeping for Man United, he has not been proven. And if all they feel the pressure on De Gea to continue to perform, I think it is more on Dean Henderson to perform. Because every time he get the opportunity between the sticks, he has to prove to us and to prove to the world that he is better than De Gea. And today, with that mistake that you made, you didn't prove that you're better than De Gea. You know what I'm saying? Because what De Gea have on his shoulder is he has been the number one for Man United for how much years? So he has the experience required. You know, so we've seen the quality De Gea have shown us at the highest level for 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying? So being honest with you, I prefer one of my more experienced keepers make that kind of mistake than a rookie. Because I know over time, my experienced keeper proved that he able to dust it off and pick himself up. Right?
All right.
So, that's not I'm finished.
Right. Go ahead.
So, I think the fact that Dean Henderson had to prove to us that he deserved the Gea pick. You can't be making the mistakes the Gea making. You cannot be doing that. Yes, we know you're young. Yes, we know you're experienced. But if you come in to prove that you're better than the next person, you cannot be making the same mistakes they're making. And I am saying that Dean Henderson did not cover himself in any glory today. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bashing the man. I'm not saying that the man is good enough. But when you come in to say that, hey, Dean Henderson should start regularly ahead of De Gea, today was the day for you to prove that, and you did not prove that. Go ahead.
All right. First and foremost, right? To me, the man covered himself in glory by the last save that he made, right, to secure the 3 points, right? Secondly, the mistakes he is making, it at this moment, it doesn't look like he's improving. It looks like he is getting worse, right? Dean Henderson, to me, right, with the errors he made and even the recovery he made with the save at the end of the game, showing that he has the mentality of a United player. And to me, he can only improve. Where for De Gea, he reached the apex, right? And after the apex, everybody knows downhill, right? So for me, I I definitely, if that's up to me, the here play like Henderson play against Leeds, right?
What?
Let me see put that mistake behind here and come up big against Leeds, right? And then we will test your mentality because you have the quality. We test your mentality now, and that's I can say show the mentality. And to me, the here I know it's well done because the mistakes he making is and how he's playing, how to me he kind of covered this in some of the challenges going to the ball, right? To me, I feel Henderson deserves a chance, right? That's my say on that.
All right, no problem. I hear you, Nicole. Gregory, welcome, and he's saying
Mm-hmm.
that this was a character building game. Definitely, yeah. I don't know if it's if you're talking about Dean Henderson in particular, Gregory, but I
Mm-hmm.
agree with you. It will go a long way for him in his career because I think Olian all alluded to the fact that he needs to learn from this, you know.
Of
And
course.
I do agree with Nico in the fact that he did respond after it, you know. But at the same time, you can't criticize one
Mm-hmm.
keeper for something and then make excuses for next keeper. As I say, and
Yeah.
I'll say it again.
Uh-huh.
If you're coming to replace me, you cannot make the same mistakes I'm making, right? This is how brutal will become. I'm telling you, you make that mistake against Leeds, chances are the team don't bounce back, right? We can't keep putting the team under that kind of pressure so early in games, right?
I say they have done worse in recent past, and
Recent passes
they
last season. When
I know
Nico, where's the big mistake? Where's the big howler? Tell me, you could tell me this season, because we
let me tell
acknowledge
you,
this season.
you see that chance against in Leipzig, right? When he turn it back and make Clive
That is not
chip that
howler,
ball
Nico.
over.
That is
That's a
not
howler.
howler. That
That's
is
a
not a
howler.
howler.
And, you know,
That is not.
any top goalkeeper going for that ball, right? They watching man do all kind of pitching around them. But anyway, that is enough on the here. And Henderson, to me, it don't matter. You know what I mean? To me, if anybody play, you know what I mean? I support them. I support them fully. But I didn't mind seeing Henderson today. And I didn't mind seeing him with a settled back four or a settled centre back pairing. I think that would have definitely helped him.
All right. Cillian saying, man packing the hair bags too. I telling Nico brutal. Nico just packing people bag. Gregory,
Yeah,
Gregory saying Dean is growing. It's games like this that make him a better keeper. No doubt, no doubt. But
yeah,
what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying is we thought if they had made a mistake like this, we were going to call for De Gea to be dropped. I guess say, right? Gregory asking, would you start Dean versus Leeds? I think Nicole say, yeah.
I would start him against Leeds. I would definitely start him.
I said De Gea back in the fold, and the Carabao Cup quarterfinals versus Everton, Dean Henderson will come back in there. That is
I
my
have no
take.
problem with it. But if it's for me, I Henderson fit.
All right. So Nico,
Mm.
going 1-0 down so early, it tend to change your game plan and it tend to change your approach to the game because I mean, no team is going to a game with a game plan to concede, especially
Right.
so early in a game. How you thought that the fellas responded after going down?
All I saw was lethargy. I was at least hoping and praying for a shot on goal at least after to see a response. I didn't see that. I think I was definitely disappointed with that. I didn't not getting that response. However, I think when the goal came, I think which I've seen him doing this season very well, playing that ball over the top. You know, I went pinpoint accuracy. I saw him did it a few times well. Today it came off. I think Marcus took down that ball's sublime touch and an exquisite
Quality,
finish. I
quality.
think yeah, I think that goal was full of quality, and by the moment I saw that we got back into the game before halftime in terms of 1-1, I know we was going on to score more goals, you know, and I think that was the case.
But I don't know if you had noticed, Nico, even in the first half
Mm.
after we went down, there were some balls that we tried because surprisingly enough, Sheffield didn't low block us. They came out to play
Yeah, yeah,
football, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I was actually expecting a low block game, where we would have been
hmm
in a lot of possession, we would have been knocking and trying and trying and trying. But
yeah,
I was a very, very open game, a lot of space in behind their defensive line. So you figured it.
And also too, when Burger whoever came off and he brought on Jagielka, I was thinking, well, for now, for sure, he went with a low block now.
Yeah. Because Sandenberg, I can't pronounce his name, but he was doing some good work in terms of trying to, apply pressure and break up play, and think he was doing pretty well,
Yeah.
But I saw, I don't know if it's, I don't know what they would have expected from Sheffield, but I was expecting a low block, and I don't know if it's in game that you saw them realize that wait now, this line playing real high, so you were seeing where Marcel was trying to peel off the last defender. You were seeing where Rashford was trying to peel off the last defender. And we had a couple balls going over the top where they would have gotten to the end of it, but they were offside. And you figured at some point,
they
would have break it now.
Yeah, for sure.
You understand? And I mean, look at the first goal, and you talk about it, Rashford, that was exquisite. The ball from Lindelof, Lindelof always looking for the runner, and the touch from Rashford, 1-2 goal, And I mean, I think Ramsdale probably one of the worst goalkeepers in the league.
I feel so too.
He had to be, because I mean, the 3 goals that we scored, I want to take away nothing from the strikes, but them was all 3 avoidable, savable goals.
Yeah.
But
the first, I find the first one I definitely catch him by surprise. I think the touch and the finish I must catch him by surprise. But the other 2, I think maybe he could have done better.
Yeah, for the third one, he definitely could have done better because that one was under him. Simeon saying, how about we drop Maguire and have both Dean Henderson and and if not possible.
Oh gosh.
Hey Ram, that's welcome, man. How you message me today? Well, you missed the game or? He says start Dean. Why? He making demands and putting in back-to-back questions. Thank you very much. We were talking about
back-to-back questionable. I don't think he had back-to-back questionable performances.
He thought with the last game.
The
last game Dean Henderson play was the game against Leipzig, not so?
No, that was the year when the size up for private. You forget?
No, sorry, not Leipzig. Istanbul away.
No, he played after that. Remember when he got injured? When he got injured and he missed the game.
Or the West Ham
game. The next game. Yeah, I find he had a good game. Okay. I didn't see no issues with that game.
All right, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, Kurt, welcome, buddy. Good night. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Kurt is the man who say when a big Champions League final.
I said, nah, Ramsdale ain't a snake, but he really could have. Hey, watch me right now. Ramsdale is probably the worst keeper in the league.
Nah, he ain't at all.
The kind of goals I see Ramsdale conceding earlier.
Yeah, and the shakiness too.
Yeah, if he was better, I don't think Sheffield would have been at the bottom because plenty of the goals they conceded. Not only today. I think he could have done better. Check them back. So we were talking about the goals, Nico. The second goal, Paul Pogba. Talk to me.
Nah, quality. And we talk about the team selection too, and we talked about it before. And I think Oli got it right in terms of team selection. Playing Pogba with Matic for some reason, Matic struggled a bit, especially in the early going of the game. Matic struggled. Pogba didn't really. Well, for me, I saw it as Oli went with Matic and Pogba, but Pogba had to play a bit more forward, and he actually saw that second half. He actually saw the quality coming out from Pogba. He actually saw that he wanted to play higher up, and I think that pass to release Marshall was a perfect one. I almost thought that Marshall would have messed it up, but Ramsdale again, gave him the assist. and Marshall was able to finish, So I think Pogba, and then even the third goal, don't mind for me. I find he'll take it was a bit risky because even that roly-poly or whatever you call it, it's at that moment that ball was free, and if we say that it was poked away from him, then it would have definitely been almost one chance shot on goal because the whole midfield was open at that point. But he got through with it. It looked good. The passes following up after that looked good. Was clinical passing. And I think, well, the finish from Marcus, again, we talked about it. Ramsey should have done better, but I think everything caught Ramsey by surprise, and this pace, how he cut through the Sheffield team, and the finish, I think, surprised him, and we went three goals up.
Yeah. I think Kurt's saying the defense letting him down too. Well, I guess because I find they were all the runs that we made behind the lines, the defense was caught napping, eh? But still, I think in settings where situations where the keeper was supposed to do better, Ramsdale didn't cover himself in any glory. Ramdas saying Oli actually did well today, in my opinion. But his other mistakes, Maguire, are exposing him.
I agree.
He also saying so. Yeah, Nico. So yeah, as me and Reams was saying, every manager so far played Pogba out of position, and every time Oli plays him in position, we get this type of performance. So correct. But you see the thing about it, I was telling already before. Once we get a proper DM, then Pogba will be able to play properly. Because look at the role that Matic played today. Out of the three defensive-minded midfielders, if I could call it that, Fred, McTominay, Matic, he's the only one that could play that role. And when Matic played that role well, you see how Pogba is flourish. You know what I'm saying? So Attila always dropped the ball when we didn't sign a proper defensive midfielder come last summer.
Yeah, we know that. I still looking at Neves. Hopefully Neves. I still watching him. You know what I mean? He had the Premier League experience, and I hope while he looking at Stoke, I think he could, and he would link up real good with Bruno. You know, so I really hope that really go after a player like Neves.
All right, so I see Callum on the inside. So let me bring in the Fire Marshal. Fire Marshal, what's going on? Thanks for joining, buddy.
Good night. You know, I'll take some time out of my busy schedule to be here for all United.
We appreciate that.
I'm moving to Ireland a little more light because you know a Caucasian. Yeah, let's just keep it there. So what have I missed so far? I just logged in. You know what did I miss?
Well, we talk about the goal we conceded, the Henderson mistake. You know, we talk about you know, you can't have it on the hair. If you want to replace the hair, then you can't be making the same mistakes the hair making. You know, but Nico have his thoughts on Henderson. He believed the hair make too much mistakes, unforgivable. Pack your bags.
No, it's not so drastic, you know. But what I'm saying is, to me, Henderson on the way up and the hair on the way down. You know, so I just
that's real harsh. That's harsh.
The view on the whole thing.
And I'm saying that because of the multiple errors. Go ahead, Colin.
Okay, well, let's look at it from the beginning of the whole story. When they would have, even though Henderson is a Manchester United player, he was out on loan to Sheffield United. When he was asked to come back, I'm almost sure there must have been some sort of discussion about him getting some playing time because he is an English international and a highly touted goalkeeper. There are a lot of teams would have wanted to actually buy him. As a matter of fact, Sheffield United would have actually even inquired about purchasing him. So when Ole asked him to come back, there must have been some assurance it made. Mm-hmm. And in fairness to the hair has been making some mistakes. So you had to get Henderson and look in. He can't be treated as Romeo was treated. He has to be treated on a higher kill. Now he get his chance and he made a gaffe today, but goalkeepers are human beings. I myself play the position, so I above all know the kind of mistakes I used to make. I think his mistake was what you call a 50-50 mistake, whereas I look at Maguire, the ball he played. So you had to help your goalkeeper. Nah. But I'm also going to say he compounded the mistake because, hey, the ball come on your foot, it tight, lost the ball, and that is done right there. So if I share the blame, I would say it's like 75% him, 25% Maguire for putting him in the situation. But at the end of the day, he did make a brilliant save in the end to redeem some of his blushes. So I would say work with Henderson some more, and also it's only good for the team because now the hair knows there's serious competition in the team. If he continues letting us down, no, I am sure the hair will be back in a week or a game or two. I put him in a block for that. But now when he comes back, he knows, hey, this thing's serious, boy. I better get my act together or I'm gone. And I welcome competition in the team because the team needs more competition because right now Maguire needs a bench. But we don't talk about that.
But I mean, in all fairness, we saw a difference in the hair and this, so far this season. I mean, at least
Exactly.
and that was because of Dean Henderson, right?
Exactly.
So I'd have a problem with Dean Henderson being there to provide that kind of, to put fire under the hair tail to play like,
Exactly.
right? But what I'm saying is if you come in to be my replacement and everybody clamoring, drop the hair. As far as I'm concerned, the hair ain't really do nothing to say droppable this season so far. I know Nico claimed that the third goal versus Leipzig was what do you call it, Nico? What? Howler. That's a howler. I don't think that's a howler.
No,
right?
to me, it's not aggressive enough. If aggressive enough,
Yeah,
he went for that ball.
Listen, I Dean Henderson need to give him some game. You need to give him that chance now. As to if he takes good, another question. But in fairness, he needed to be given that chance. We had to give him a look in. And he got to looking. So now it's left up to the coaching staff decided, you know what, we're comfortable. We're not, because as a goalkeeper also, you just cannot come, no matter how hard you're training, you just can't come from the bench and run straight into the game and expect to perform high. You need a couple of games to get yourself there. So, but what it still comes down, he had his chance. And if he has also with both hands, it's up to him, up to the coaching staff to decide who is number one. But still, he is my number one. But I have no problem with Dean Henderson be given that chance. No problem at all.
All right.
My sentiments exactly.
Let me get Jody. Thanks for joining. Say no. Check it out. If goal scoring on De Gea and Henderson, that says a lot about the defense. Yeah,
we know that.
But when we isolate this, because we know the defense very leaky. Plenty of the goals we consider because of defensive errors, right? But if we look at this particular goal that we consider the first goal, I can't blame my defenders for that. At the end of the day, Henderson had enough time on the ball to clear it. And that's all I'm saying. We've seen, and Nico had brought it to life even earlier in the review against Everton last season when De Gea had the ball at his foot and he take long, he swing and I think it was Calvert-Lewin come on. Yeah. So to blame a defender because of that, I think that's unfair.
But the time De Gea had was way more time than Henderson.
Yeah, but still that don't mean nothing to me. You had enough time to clear the ball out.
Right.
In preparing a team, right? You work on your build-up play, literally from when the ball goes to the goalkeeper, what do we do next? That's part of our thorough team preparation. The coaches actually point out what literal spot on the field where you stand up when the goalkeeper has the ball. I am putting him in a block. That's what Maguire took up. That area he took up wasn't what you tell your defender do. Go wide and deep. So you allow the goalkeeper to play the ball in front of you, as opposed to go at a tight angle. So when the ball comes to him, he's right underneath the winger, and you have to put back that ball to the hair now. I mean to Henderson. And still, I'm still saying Henderson could have done a lot better. That's ultimately his fault. He should have just lost the ball in the stands. I'm trying to move away from the noise, boy, but I've run him down.
No, but we are hearing it. We good.
He's down inside. Inside. But I don't think I have to, so people come there, Fabian. So bear me too, but I want to be here for you guys.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead.
But what I'm saying, right, is anytime an attacker pressing a goalkeeper, that is all. He know the likelihood of him winning that ball is slim. You know what I'm saying? So for a goalkeeper to give an attacker that opportunity means that the goalkeeper would have done something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
But it also could mean, because let me say if it's a goalkeeper Alisson, we know Alisson does take a long time on the ball. And as if as a coach, I would tell my strikers, press Alisson every time he has ball on his foot. So maybe it's a case where Sheffield know Henderson like to hold the ball, and maybe have gotten instruction when Henderson get the ball to press him, because it could have been an instruction from coaches also.
But last season we had examples where Alisson lost the ball trying to dribble players and goal scored. So it's not this guy German, what's the German goalkeeper name? I don't know, his name escapes my brain at this point in time. Neuer is the atypical sweeper keeper, and they have been even in the World Cup. There was a situation where he lost the ball in play. Listen, is part of the game once you play short balls in the defense and back to goalkeeper, they're going to lose the ball at some point and goal's going to score. That's just it. There's not a team in the world is immune from that. Now, how you judge goalkeepers, the rating for goalkeepers are not only saves they make, the amount of mistakes they make. That's how they rate goalkeeper. Your outstanding goalkeepers, they make on 2 or 3 mistakes in 20 games. Mediocre goalkeepers, they have 8, and anything over that, like 10, 15 is not a poor goalkeeper. Well, these are average. I should have said on average, they make a 6 to 7 to 8 during the season. I'm talking about goals that team offer mistakes. And the outstanding goalkeepers are 2 to 3, and anything above 10, well, change your goalkeeper. So you don't kill goalkeepers for mistakes. You know, it's when they have repeated mistakes, because goalkeepers are in the highest pressure position in the field, meaning that any mistake a goalkeeper make, most likely is a goal, compared to a striker who plays whole game, miss 25 goals, the last minute about the flick of his shoulder is goal. He's the hero. That's just the psychology of the game.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough. We spend enough time talking about goalkeepers, right? I'm gonna get some comments in here. And then I want to get Callum thoughts on the goals that we scored, right? Ramdas saying that was 100% Maguire, and go back and watch Maguire even does the same thing to De Gea. I promise you that it's not the first time he done that. So I think Ramdas saying is Maguire who put Henderson under pressure, right? Kurt saying the competition has forced De Gea to be more aware as he could be benched any game. And I think that's what we want, eh?
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's saying we have basically 4 good first-team keepers. Granted, no slouch. Yeah,
I agree. You get a raw deal. Getting a raw deal. Agreeing with that 100%.
Ramdas agreeing with your Callum. He's saying Lindelof got the ball, passed it back, and went wide.
Exactly.
And Arvin agree with you as well. I totally agree with Callum about Maguire positioning. So I think Maguire had some. If the majority has it, is that Maguire had some faults, but I still some part of play. But I still think Dean Henderson, even though Maguire position was poor,
he could have done much better.
He could have done better, you know. So Callum, tell me, we talked about the 2 goals that we would have gotten in the first half to take the lead at halftime.
Let's ban pass. The number that they ban pass.
Yeah, man.
Right. I said to myself now. The question was what I think about the goals we scored.
After going behind now, we were able to respond.
Okay, well, let's start from the whole thing. As I would have been messaging both of you guys during the game, the mere fact we went behind was disappointed, because I actually heard the commentator saying a couple of seconds before the goal that he observed the warm-ups of the both team, and he saw Sheffield United warm up with purpose. And Manchester United warmed up very laissez-faire. And what you were saying, we have now played 7 games now, where away games where we would have gone behind and then come back to win. So off the bat, it says what? We start slow. That is a fact now. So we need to, how do we get to start faster? Simple, small coaches know, just put the team through a more intense warm-up routine, and there we go. The team comes out the blocks faster. So we need to work on that. And now what I'm saying, Ole, is this, he seems to has to show some coaching gas, find a way to get us to start faster. Okay, moving on from that. The goal we scored, we consider what we just discussed, how we consider it. The goals we scored now, once again, we talk about this every time on the show. Our strength in our game is the transition from defense to attack. A long ball, quick and tight, and then as the flip side of it now, Sheffield United coach and the stoppers and the goalkeeper should be shot, and the captain especially, because 4 times before the goal score, Rashford was offside or he didn't come off, but we saw Manchester United trying to play that quick ball either long out from Maguire or into Bruno or Pogba. That quick ball when they get in midfield to thread them through, and finally got one right. So great for us, but against the bigger teams with smarter players, we will pay the price for that, because that's why we keep saying our solution to go on to win a league can't be that quick counter-attack football all the time. I'm glad it worked, and if you see our space, take it. So it was brilliant by the guys. I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying, yeah, exactly. I seen I say they played with a high line and got caught out. So that was brilliant. The second goal, once again, and you can say it's a set play, because off the bat, before the ball went into Pogba, we see Manchester make a movement already. We see Pogba, Rashford move. So we're seeing that our players are triggered looking for that ball. And I go and drink my shame porridge now and say, Remy was right. We need Pogba in the team. I forgive him. He was right. Remy, stick with. You know, he was right. Yeah, son. It hurt him to say that. Yeah, later, pal. It hurt him. Yeah, different. It hurt him to say that Pogba looked brilliant today in the field. And but going to my point,
why it's hurting you, Callum? Why it's hurting you to say that? Eh?
I don't think back from it, but I eating it. Yeah, son. But it goes back to my point. If you want to be a big team to win things, you cannot play with two defensive midfielders. You have to play with one. And because we can't have Bruno and Pogba not on the field at the same time, that there's the first two names on the team sheet. You understand? Look, I'm not killing me. All right, now you have me what you want. Me agreeing.
We want the consistency that he provided up recent. That is what we want. And as long as we get in that, exactly. Yes, we want in the team. Right?
And you need some playing time, as Rim say. Shake him here now. You need some playing time. But look at next time. You know who missing? The Venezuela not playing, eh? that with the Brazilian passport not playing, eh? So right now, I 2-for-1 up, eh?
Well,
one defense, yeah, and let the Venezuelan stay off the bench.
Well, watch me. This is what we were saying. Once Pogba gets a proper defensive midfielder, then Pogba will have the freedom to do madness. You know, him and Bruno, it will be difficult to figure out where the creative outlets coming from. You know, and unfortunately, we are at the point now where we possibly losing Pogba and we have to go and look for somebody else that will give us, you know, what Pogba used to give us before.
Who paid that bill to Pogba? All that blag and nice blag. Pogba want to make him money, you know. He ain't go, because if you go Juve, you take a pay cut because Cristiano Ronaldo there. So if you listen, only thing I might pay for Pogba is PSG. That is the only thing I can see coming. Barca ain't coming for him because they'll pay him.
I think,
and if you go there,
I think Pogba in the team right now helping because what happened is the game that we played without Bruno, that first half I think was Southampton. And we struggled. Or West Ham. That was West Ham. And we struggled.
I watched an Lion comment. If I ever say Fred good, I will stop watching the show. I don't want to watch the show forever. I'll never say Fred good.
Okay.
No, watch me. He may have a good game every now and then, which I haven't seen yet. But Fred good, man, don't do me that with that Venezuela now, boy.
Right. So when it was the West Ham game where we needed Bruno, right? Since then, you saw that teams now locking down Bruno. You've seen 3 and 4 players around Bruno when Bruno had the ball. And that is when now Pogba getting to shine. Because now all the attention is under Bruno. So Pogba now having the opportunity to shine. I think that is why Oli would have went with how he went with also with Bruno and Pogba, who have that creative quality in the team to unlock defenses.
But you realize when Pogba and Bruno playing and Pogba playing with that kind of freedom most times, you know, than not. And we could even go back to, you know, post-COVID, the run that we had. It was always Matic because you need a defensive-minded player. No, not defensive-minded, but a defensive type player. That's
with the quality because
Fred and McTominay have to play together for them to be effective.
You know what Matip does better than Fred and McTominay. Listen carefully, eh? Because he's older and he doesn't have the energy to run as those guys. He does the first thing out of the R's when defending is retreat, recover, repel, right, and retrieve the ball. What he does good, he retreats quickly and gets behind the ball. He doesn't try to tackle. He doesn't try to win back. He retreats first. So that allows now Pogba and Bruno, who will help you defend, but because they are in advanced positions, they always behind the ball. So now Fred and McTominay now, they try to win back because fairness to them, they're better ball winners and they're more energetic. But when he tries to win back or they try to win back and they lose the tackle or a ball just past them, now instead of 2 players being out of the play, now it's 3 players out of the play. So whereas they may be better ball winners and they look more pleasing to the eyes in terms of quote-unquote defensive midfielders, their approach to the game and their philosophy, because of that is why we look so terrible when we are caught on the break, and that contributes to our overall deficiency of a slow transition from attack into defense. But Matic now, his first decision is to retreat and get behind him and hold in front of him and delay now. So when he delays, not Fred, oh God, forgive me. Pogba gets time to fall back. and Bruno gets time to fall back, and the team gets back in a set. No, it's not perfect, and we still have a lot of work to do. But just going on a little bit. I was watching the post-match segment analysis by the presenters that they had on the game, and one of the presenters made a simple point. He said, "Listen, Manchester United the finished article. We strong one place, we weak one place. Play to your strengths. So let us put more of our attacking players on the field and let me go for a shootout. I can live with that." Not Fred. I keep saying Fred Mamor that the man, like he bring
You know the man good. You want to say it now. You want to say it now.
I'm telling you, Pogba and Bruno start them. Let's get Cousin Marshall on the field or Cavani, because Cousin Marshall, I watch him different here. I don't tell my mother check the boot paper because you know real Marshall. I watch them different now. But they get Rashford on the field. Let's get Greenwood. Let's get Cavani or even Marshall. Let's get one attacking show there, and we have Pogba and Bruno attacking 5. That's our strength. Our whole football is based on those 3 quick men in front who are not bad strikers, and our 2 attacking midfielders. That is it. 5 of them play. You play 1 defensive midfielder behind, that is 6 men. Play 4 across the back. Tell them hold on in the back. They like play football, and let's go for that. Let's play to our strength. We'll never have right now.
The game against Leeds this weekend. If you go with that kind of tactic against Leeds this weekend, will definitely be a shootout.
Yes, but we cannot go and hold on against Leeds. Nobody in the league can hold on against Leeds. League had a shootout at Leeds. Leeds ain't coming. Listen, Leeds is the fittest team in the world right now. Not the league in the world.
Boy, that team real fit me.
And you see what happened today with that pressure upon Henderson. Leeds go and put 3 times as much. Listen, Lindelof and also Maguire have a habit sometimes when under pressure like to carry the ball and pull in the forwards and then slip it. Leeds, you better carry beat, better be true, because them players don't stop run for nothing. You understand? Also, I think it's a game one, but like I will enjoy because pure tackles. Tell us, if you playing, had to know when you go up the road.
Nah, it'll be sure. It'll be sure.
It'll definitely be sure.
This is one time I actually agree with you and tell you to sit down home there, because Leeds, they'll go up the road and come back whole game. That is the fittest team in the world right now.
Yeah.
But we'll still
let me just get this comment from Curti and Nicole. Take this one. He's saying, okay, we're talking about Pogba and Bruno, but what about Donny? How long does he have to play second fiddle?
Till he career done?
Until Pogba or Bruno leave.
Yes, but big teams just have backups and Donny. We have seen a couple of times now. I was climbing from the BNE team, but since we have the return of Pogba now, and Bruno is the man. So what do you do? Bench one of them for Donny? Donny, listen, man. Look for Sweat to come off the bench and League Cup and them. And you have a whole UEFA Cup to play.
Yeah.
Because
unless you play him as a 6. Unless you play him as a 6. You know, that is the only other position, and that would be like we say if we take out Matic and
you know what? I
will be losing. Yeah, I will be losing that positioning quality. So Matic, as Kalam would have said.
I'm going from one studio into the next. I'm going to Gaia Studios here now. You know, right now I'm going for full show business right now. So see how we're going to big for DSB. We are elaborate agenda and we are Gaia Studios. I don't know how more voices are going. So great having me. Thanks for having me, but I gotta go.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks for joining, man.
Glory Manchester United.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Nicole. So back to, I don't know if you had finished answer. Good point here.
Yeah, you got to play second fiddle for a while unless he play number 6. You know, because as Rina say, that one touch football you like to play, especially for that 10. That is only touch for that 10 now. For that 10, you have to be able to hold and create. And to me, he doesn't do enough of that, so he's not effective in the 10 if you're playing him in the 10 now. Or if you're playing him in that creating role, you know. So I guess maybe that's his system not suiting him. I think he has the quality to play, but I think maybe the system at the moment not really suiting his football.
Yeah, because you notice even today, Nico, when Bruno came off and Van de Beek came on, you saw it had a drop off in our possession in the final third now. You know, I mean, I know there were some poor passes from Pogba, but there was one opportunity where Van de Beek had the ball, and he could have either slip it through to it was Rashford, and he opted to go wide, and then he got it back and then he messed up the entire play, you know. And then it had some
We don't want to be too critical, sir.
yeah. But it had some sequences even in the back as well where you would have wanted him to try to hold the ball a little bit longer now. So you see the levels that dropping a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, when he came on, and I mean, it's Bruno, eh? So, you know, looking at a player who come in and take the league by storm versus a player who now come in and trying to adjust to the football of Manchester United, as you said.
Yeah.
You know, Kurt saying Bielsa is a boss tactician. Leeds is one of our biggest opponents for a while now. It's true. And as I think as Callum had mentioned, there's a team that don't take no for answer, because even going down against Newcastle yesterday, they came back and won the game 5-2.
Yeah.
I am saying Donny game good, but he lacking something for the system. Don't know if he just trying to play too careful. I think that's the point.
It does seem that way. It does look that way, like he's trying to be too careful. He don't want to lose the ball, so you know he just playing it safe right through. You does see that from him. But as you said, yes, and I agree, he has the quality.
You know, and I mean, when you're playing a number 10 role, you had to take initiative. We want you to be the one to dictate now, you know.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. So Nico, I think we more or less cover everything. The only issue with what happened today was the fact that we turned a game that we were in total control, you know, for the majority, into you have fans sitting on the edge of the seat, cold sweating, you know, to see whether we would have draw the game, drop points, or whether we would have been able to hold out. You know, and I mean, we talk about the big save Dean Henderson made at the end there. That was critical. But why we just do that, Nico? Why we just turn a game from a commanding position to edge?
I guess all you could look at is just we get through, you know what I mean, and you know, just take it and move on. Because sometimes it's really, because we had chances to go for up, you know, and we didn't get through with those. We didn't take those chances. And you always know that the moment you don't take those chances, something does end up coming and biting you down the tail now. So luckily we end up getting through. You know, I think that is football. But I think for us it's really just to stop conceding those early goals and to take charge from in front so we could deflate teams early now, because the moment we get them that hope, they will continue to press. You know, I think that'll happen with Sheffield today.
Yeah, and we were always talking about, you know, our susceptibility to set plays. And I don't know if you noticed, and I don't know if you all in the comments would have noticed, every single corner we had, there were at least 3 Sheffield players around Dean Henderson.
I think he did well. I think he
and,
did
and
better
he did,
than
yes,
here.
and
He
he
did
did
better
well.
than here in those situations.
Yeah, he did well. But what I'm saying is they would have recognized our weaknesses with set plays.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. And probably they knew that Dean Henderson was stronger at set pieces, so they tried to cage him in now. You know, and the second goal that we considered was off a set piece. You know, so I mean, I don't know what Ollie need to do, but oh God, boy, we need to work on them set pieces. And yeah, we had, as Nico was saying, we had chances that we needed to keep taking, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nico, closing thoughts.
Well, we know definitely looking forward to the Leeds game on the weekend. We definitely know that will be an exciting game. We're expecting a shootout. You know, I mean, if we definitely see a 0-0, we'll be surprised. You know, I think we move in the right direction in the Premier League. I know we draw Sociedad in the Europa League. That is a while from now in February month, which to me is like a Champions League draw. So I don't mind, you know what I mean, really taking it in. But it just wants to continue the league form, continue the wins, continue the victories, get stronger at home. As long as we do that, I think we're right up there, you know, especially with our game in hand. Even if whenever we play that game in hand, if we continue the form, we'll be the top 2 or 3 in the league. And I think I think that position is deserving of where how we playing right now. When we coming from behind, but I think we have been very consistent in the league. So I think we're in a decent position for now.
Yeah, and I think once we continue to stay within close proximity to, you know, the top of the table now. You know,
Yeah.
who knows what could happen at the back end of the season
Yeah.
when everybody trying to make the final push, because we know some big names had to play each other, so we know points could drop. You know, so I think it's just our responsibility to try to stay as close and don't let that gap widen. You know,
Exactly.
and once we could do that, we have a good chance to stake the claim for the title this season, and because we know it's a kind of crazy season. You know, anything can happen.
I want to get too excited at the same
No,
time,
no.
but there's a possibility. But as you say, let we stay as close as possible, put the heat on the teams ahead of us, so them feel the pressure, and then anything could happen.
It's a kind of mad season like that now. You don't know what could
Yeah.
happen. You know, so why not be there? You know, come years from now, nobody looking back to say, well, COVID hit the season. It was a what? They looking back and saying, well, man, you won the 22. You know,
21.
so
Now we
21. Sorry, 21.
Yeah.
You know, so I say try my best to stay as close as possible. You know, I'm really looking forward to that game against Leeds, because I know it's a real rivalry in that one. And we know Leeds not coming, because I don't think Leeds draw any game for the season. Remind me. All their games
I don't know either. I don't know. I understand.
all their games were high scoring games.
Yeah.
So we know that they're going to be open, you know, because I think they concede a lot of goals, but they're very potent in terms of, you know, the work rate, you know, how they attack, the patterns, they're well drilled, you know. So I know all you have to really study going into this one and not just think, well, let the guys go there and express themselves. You know, I don't think that will work for us. You know, so I looking forward to a real good contest come Sunday. Let me give the last comment to Kurt. He's saying Donny could play right behind the strikers, but Reams, I can't blame Donny today. I could get a man like Donny to come on with 10 minutes and change the game. We don't have super subs like Oli and Teddy again, or Tevez. No, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but the point I was making is I just realized that the level had dipped a little bit now. You know, and sometimes when you're looking for a player to like matter, you want players who could possess the ball and hold the ball, because at that point in time you want to kill off the game now. You know? And I thought we kind of lost it when Bruno came off, and you know. But I mean, we know Donny had the quality, you know. So yeah, so Nico, that is it. Earlier, thanks for joining. You know, we could be here again, God's willing, on Sunday. And we hope we could continue to climb the table. You know, I'm very pleased my boy Marcel finally, you know, breaky duck, and he has goal of the season. And yeah, so long may it continue. You know, Rashford in hot form, man scoring for fun. And let me hope, you know, them fellas could continue. That Leeds game is our battle of the middle. Yeah, definitely. So guys, thanks again. You know, thanks for the likes, thanks for the comments. Remember, we on YouTube as well, so you can go across All in All United. Give us a subscribe, like, comment. So thanks again. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.